Something has changed, and almost everyone can feel it. If you've ever looked at today's dating culture and thought, "This doesn't make sense anymore. Something is off," you're not alone. Men feel it, women feel it, even older generations look at what's happening now and wonder how everything shifted so fast. And today, I'm breaking down the real reason behind these changes. Not to attack anyone, not to blame an entire group, but to explain the psychological and cultural forces that shaped modern behavior, often without people even realizing it. Something has shifted in the last several years, and most people can feel it even if they can't fully explain it. Dating feels different, expectations feel different, and the emotional energy between men and women feels almost opposite to what it used to be. If you've ever looked at today's relationship culture and thought, "Why does this feel so disconnected?" You're not imagining it. Many men feel confused by the behavior they encounter today, and many women feel exhausted and pressured in ways they don't fully understand. Something changed quietly, gradually, and now it's affecting everything. And today, I want to break down what's really going on. Not to blame, not to generalize, and not to attack, but to explain the psychological and cultural forces that shape this new behavior. Because understanding what changed is the only way to fix anything moving forward. A big part of this shift started with the messages young women were raised with. For years, they've been told to chase independence, ambition, and self-worth, which are all positive things. But somewhere along the way, that message got twisted into something else. You should never need anyone. You deserve the best without compromise. And your value is automatic while his has to be proven. These ideas weren't taught out of malice. They were part of a cultural wave that tried to empower women but ended up creating pressure and unrealistic expectations. Meanwhile, boys grew up hearing a completely different message. Be useful, be responsible, earn everything, don't complain, and prove your worth to everyone. As adults, these mismatched messages collided, and that's what we're seeing today. Many modern women aren't behaving entitled out of arrogance. Most of it comes from conditioning. Schools, social media, movies, friend groups, and influencers constantly repeated the same ideas. You're always right. Your feelings are facts, and your standards should never be questioned. At the same time, men were told the opposite. Your feelings are weak. Your standards are shallow, and you should accept whatever you get. When one group is told they're perfect and the other is told they're never enough, the result is predictable: resentment, confusion, and relationships that feel more like power struggles than partnerships. Social media intensified everything by creating the illusion of endless options. A lot of young women believe they should have a partner who checks every single box: emotionally intelligent, financially stable, physically fit, deeply loyal, ambitious, calm, patient, funny, and entirely focused on them, while they themselves might not be offering the same level of consistency, emotional effort, or long-term stability. This isn't because they're intentionally unrealistic. It's because they were raised in a culture that told them you deserve everything, without explaining that relationships are built on effort, not entitlement. And here's the part many people overlook. A lot of the behavior men see as difficult or arrogant is actually coming from pressure. The pressure on modern women to be perfect is suffocating. They feel judged by their friends, judged by social media, judged by society, and judged by themselves. They're told they must be independent but also feminine, career-focused but also nurturing, confident but never too confident. It's exhausting. When real life doesn't match the image they're expected to uphold, frustration and blame often take over, not because they want to be difficult, but because they feel overwhelmed and confused. On the other side of things, men are reacting in their own way. A lot of men have quietly stepped back from dating, not out of anger, but out of self-preservation. They're tired of one-sided effort. They're tired of feeling like they're being evaluated instead of appreciated. They're tired of being expected to provide emotional support, financial stability, leadership, and consistency, while their own needs are dismissed or minimized. Many modern men are no longer willing to invest in relationships where they don't feel valued. And this shift has surprised many women who were told men should chase them endlessly no matter what. The truth is that both sides feel misunderstood. Many women wonder why men seem distant or detached, and many men wonder why women seem dissatisfied or demanding. Both are responding to the same cultural confusion. Women feel pressure to be flawless. Men feel pressure to be useful. And somewhere in the middle, genuine connection is getting lost. The saddest part is that most men and women actually want the same things: stability, care, emotional safety, and partnership. But society taught them to approach relationships like a battlefield instead of a team. Despite everything, something positive is happening too. Many women are waking up to how harmful some modern messages have been. They're realizing that relationships require effort from both sides, that respect isn't one way, that partnership matters more than perfection, and that vulnerability isn't weakness. And many men are learning to set boundaries, value themselves, and choose partners who actually bring peace into their lives. This cultural transition is messy, but it's leading people to become more self-aware. What modern women are experiencing today is a clash between cultural messaging and biological reality. They were told they could delay connection forever, that they could wait until they figure life out, that they could treat relationships casually and still expect stability later. But life doesn't work like that. And many women are now realizing that the things society told them to value, status, independence, superficial empowerment, aren't the things that bring real happiness. The same is true for men. They're realizing that their worth isn't determined by how much they can sacrifice, but by who they choose to share their life with. If there's one thing this generation needs, it isn't more blame, it's clarity. Both men and women need to step back from the noise and ask themselves what they truly want. Most people don't want dominance. They want partnership. Most people don't want perfection. They want understanding. Most people don't want endless options. They want one person they can trust. When both sides drop the ego, stop the competition, and actually see each other, relationships become simple again. And here's the truth. The women who embrace emotional maturity, reciprocity, effort, kindness, and self-awareness are thriving. Men gravitate toward them naturally. Their relationships are calmer, healthier, and far more fulfilling. Meanwhile, the people, men or women, who cling to unrealistic expectations, blame others for everything, or refuse to grow, eventually face the consequences of their choices. Reality always catches up. So, let me end with this. Society may be confused right now, but individuals don't have to be. You have the power to break out of the programming, to build real connection, and to create a life that's based on partnership instead of pressure. And now I want to hear your experiences. Men, what changes have you noticed in modern dating? Women, what pressures do you feel that nobody talks about? Drop your perspective in the comments because this conversation matters. And we're living through a moment in history that's still unfolding.